regional leaders to make decisions on global issues at their annual summit. And in sport, Trinidad and Tobago hoping for a big comeback in World Netball. I'm Ricardo Robertson. This is Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, July 3, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Welcome to this year's 50th Caribbean Broadcast Union Assembly on the island of San Andres. San Andres is a small archipelago located in between Jamaica and Panama in the western Caribbean Sea. A lush, exotic island rich in culture, history, gastronomy, and breathtaking scenic views. Known for its beaches and seven-colored crystalline waters, the island of San Andres will be proudly hosting this year's event. CBU members will enjoy top-of-the-line accommodations for an unforgettable experience in San Andres, connecting Caribbean nations through this year's 50th edition of the CBU Assembly.
The 40th annual meeting of CARICOM heads of government opens in Castries today, with incoming chairman Alan Chasney saying the regional bloc has very important decisions to make. The St. Lucia Prime Minister tells CMC there are many global issues that require the attention of regional leaders.
I think we always say the same thing, right? That we're at a crossroads and there are critical decisions that need to be made. And unfortunately, there's nothing different with regards to this one. There are a lot of issues that are taking place in the world that require our attention, but more importantly, need solutions. The issue with the blacklisting in the EU, the issue with Venezuela, the issue with our relationships with some of the larger countries, and now with the verge of Brexit becoming a reality. We need to have those discussions, but at the same time, I think that we need to be able to focus on what we can control. Are our institutions delivering what they were initially designed to do? And is it time to recalibrate some of those institutions in order that we can deliver more results moving forward? So you take the CARICOM Secretariat. If we're going to have further integration, is the CARICOM Secretariat funded sufficiently? Is it structured properly in order to be able to handle that additional responsibility?
Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown says his country has always supported the regional integration movement. And he says he's attending the meeting to support the host Prime Minister and other leaders in addressing the various issues within the regional grouping.
That we strengthen our union to make sure that the outstanding issues that they are addressed. As you know, we're trying to, in essence, fully operationalize the CSME. Some aspects of it have proven to be relatively difficult, but there are other aspects that are low-hanging fruits that we hope to expedite. At this meeting, for example, we hope that we could expedite the operationalization of the policies to harmonize investments, to have a common credit bureau, and at the same time to increase trade within the region, to make sure that we become more reliant on domestic goods and to reduce the amount of imports coming into the country. I know within the LDCs, there's a concern about the full operationalization of Article 164 in order to protect industries within the LDCs. And that is an issue that I'm sure we will discuss and to ensure that the Article 164 is properly implemented in support of developing, let's say, industry within the LDCs. So lots of issues on the agenda, and we are here to obviously make our contribution.
The leader spoke to CMC ahead of this evening's ceremonial opening of the CARICOM Summit. Foreign Affairs ministers are meeting today ahead of the two-day meeting of the heads. A decade-long trend of rating decline has ended for Barbados, with New York-based credit rating agency Moody's upgrading the country's foreign and local currency issuer ratings. Moody's said the decision to issue the CAA1 rating up from CAA3 signals Barbados' improved debt service capacity now and for future issuances. It said that with the completion of a debt restructuring exercise with domestic creditors last November and the successful negotiation of an extended fund facility with the IMF, the country's capacity to service its restructured and potential future debt obligations has materially improved. At the same time, Moody's kept Barbados' foreign currency senior unsecured bonds at a Caa3 rating, reflecting the ongoing stalemate on debt restructuring talks between the government and foreign holders of government paper. And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Former world netball champions Trinidad and Tobago are hopeful about lifting another title 40 years after they dominated the sport. The senior squad left the Twin Island Republic yesterday for the tournament in England. TV6's Sergio Dufour tells us more.
We have been preparing for a while, and I think we did enough work to make Trinidad and Tobago proud.
I am ecstatic about our chances at the Netball World Cup. I think that we would do great. We trained really hard. We worked assiduously to be where we are today.
I'm very confident. We have a really good team. I think that we have a good mix of experience and youth.
3 different individuals fulfilling 3 different roles in the national netball team, and they're all confident for different reasons that they can win the Netball World Cup, which runs from July 12th to the 21st. At the tournament, TNT will meet South Africa on July 12th, Jamaica on July 13th, and Fiji on July 14th in Group C. To win the title, they will be required to beat these teams. So what's the plan?
All the teams play extremely well, and Jamaica and Fiji are ranked on top of us, so we are targeting the big fishes and we hope to do well.
Coach of the team, Wesley Gomes, says that they'll be doing some fine-tuning in their pre-tournament camp abroad.
Samantha just came in last week, so we didn't have a lot of time to work the combinations, the foreign combinations, Samantha and CALYPSO, so it's going to be a lot of combinations and to select the final team.
TNT finished 9th at their last World Cup tournament. It's left to be seen if their efforts will amount to a much more fruitful outing in the 2019 Netball World Cup.
And Haiti's fairy tale run in the Gold Cup has come to a grinding halt, with Mexico knocking off the Caribbean nation with a 1-0 win yesterday. It was an extra time penalty goal from Raul Jimenez that sealed Haiti's fate. He chipped in a penalty kick in the 3rd minute of the first extra time after Haiti's Hervé Brazil clipped him inside the penalty area, and the referee pointed to the spot in the game's key moment in the 92nd minute. Now, Haiti's coach, Marc Collat, said that while he was unable to see the foul which forced the penalty, he did not believe his men deserved to exit the competition on such a call. Now, Mexico will now play the winner of the matchup between the USA and Jamaica in the Gold Cup Championship game. That's Caribbean at 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Until then, good afternoon.